Hey, what's up, folks? How's it going? This is Abhijit here, and welcome to DevOps Challenge Hub. So let's start with today's interview question, and let me share my screen. Okay. So today we will be discussing about some interview questions on AWS VPC route tables, and I hope that you are following these questions one after another, interview questions playlist one after another. So we already have discussed something about route table, so you might have idea of what is route table. So let's go to the diagram first. So here we have a VPC, and in the VPC we have public subnet and private subnet. And public subnet instances are directly connected to this internet gateway, and through this it goes out to internet. And private subnet, this private subnet is connected to the NAT gateway. This is the NAT gateway, and NAT gateway is in public subnet. NAT gateway is in the public subnet, and then traffic goes by internet gateway to internet. So internet gateway traffic is bidirectional. So from public subnet, traffic can go out, and someone from outside also can initiate connection to public subnet. But someone from outside cannot initiate connection to private subnet. It is one way. So if I want to download some file on my private subnet, let's say I have like three instances here. In one instance, if I want to download, I can download from outside. I can get this outbound, means I can have outbound connection, but inbound connection is not there. But public subnet, both are there through internet gateway, but through NAT in private subnet, it's not there. And let's say now route table or routing table, there we specify the route. Route means like if you specify the destination IP address, based on the IP address, we'll say that, okay, I have to go inside the private subnet, inside the VPC or outside the VPC, internet gateway, NAT gateway, peering transit gateway, etc. So we can tell that in the routing table. For example, if you come to reception of a hospital, you ask for cardiology department or some other department, they will tell you go to second floor, third floor, right? So they will route you to that particular department. Similarly, route table also does the same thing. And now, so what is the route table? So what is the route table control in AWS VPC? It controls network traffic routing within a VPC. How the traffic will be routed, from where it will go, the direction that routing it will be within the VPC. It will tell you, determine where packets are sent based on the destination IP address, act as a routing rules for subnet traffic, and direct traffic to gateways, interfaces, and connections. So let's go to AWS dashboard, and here I have VPC subnet route table. So route tables go here. I have already route table. This is the default one created, and here you can see that there is a route table name, and it's a main ES VPC. It's attached to this VPC, and here you can see that if the any IP address, they will go to IGW. But if it is an internal, like this IP address range is assigned for this VPC. So 172.31.0.5, 172.31.0.5 will be inside this VPC. So if a destination is 172.31.0.5 or .6, that means it has to be local. So it will be a local. That machine is in the local. But if it is a 8.8.8.8, so this is not here. So it will match this one. And then it will be going outside, going to the internet gateway. And from internet gateway, target is internet. Target is internet gateway, IGW. And it will be going out. So we have destination, where I want to go. What is the target? Once if I want to go here, how do I go? Like I go through internet gateway, or it's a local one only. Status active. Okay. So let's go to the second question. What is the difference between default route and custom routes? So default route is automatically created by AWS. It can be deleted. Local route enable VPC internal communication, and main route table comes with every VPC. With every VPC, main route table comes. So this is the main route table with it, and this is the default route table, and VPC also the default VPC. So this is created by AWS. So I didn't create this one; it was automatically created. Okay. And custom rules, if I create my own route table, then I can define custom rules. User defined rules. Route to internet gateway, I can add that. Route to NAT gateway also I can add for private subnet. Route to VPN VPC peering connection. Route to transit gateway. So there's so many other routes also I can add, right? So if I create my own table, then I can add different routes. So this is a default one created, and edit route propagation, edit route, and here I can create a new route table. This will be the custom one. Okay. I can give some custom name, and I can select some VPC maybe, and then I can key tag. And once I create it, after creating route table, I can add. This is by default created VPC destination address. This is the VPC IP ranges CIDR block. Then I can add the route. I can specify different route, right? I can specify a different route. I can specify the different target, right? NAT gateway, etc. I can specify the different target, and I can add that. Okay. So that is the difference between the default route and custom route. Custom route, these are the additional things you can do: NAT, VPN, transit gateway, etc. How do subnet relates to or custom routing? Like you want some part of the traffic go to maybe it doesn't get to some part is another particular machine. Some part of the traffic may be a database. So you can define all of them. How do subnets relate to route table? So subnet, one route table. Each subnet is associated exactly to one route table. But one route table can be associated with many subnets. One subnet to one route table, but one route table can be associated with many subnets. One route table can serve multiple subnet. New subnet use main route table by default. So if I don't attach any route table to subnet, new subnet will use this main route table by default. Then we can explicitly associate subnet with custom route table. With one custom route table, we can associate. Private subnet use tables with NAT gateway routes. So how do a subnet relate to route table? So one to one, that is the mapping. How do route priority and longer prefix matching work? So how does this matching works? So for example, it will be like local routes is the highest priority. After that, longest prefix match. More specific routes win. Then propagated routes, VPN direct connect. Then state routes. Okay. Then default route. Okay. So we'll see one example. So local route, that's the highest priority, then longest prefix, the propagated, static route, then default route. So the default route is the lowest priority, default route. This is the default one, 0, 0, 0, everything. So what is propagated route? Like for example, like if you do direct connect, if you connect to your office premise, your VPC is connected to your office premises, right? So that's a direct connection, and that connection AWS insert that route. AWS create that route. So that's a direct connection. That route AWS insert. AWS inserts that. That one is the propagated one. So let's say like in a route table you have 10.00/16, which is local. It's saying that any CIDR block this one will be local. Then /24 1.0/24 will go to NAT gateway. So this range of IP address will go to NAT gateway, and this range of will go to internet gateway. So traffic 10.0.1.50 will go where? It will go to NAT gateway. 10.0.1.50. So this is the most specific match. So we can go into the details like so 10.0.0./16 means it's a it's a VPC idea. It's overall private network space. So VPC complete IP address range space. So we already discussed this idea VPC in previous interview question. If you have not seen, you can go and have a look at that. So you will be able to understand better. Then subnet CIDR. So under VPC we have several subnets. right? So for subnet, each subnet will have different set of network. So this is a one CIDR block, and this CIDR block almost it will be probably private because it is going to the NAT gateway, because private subnet traffic only goes to NAT gateway. So whatever IP address ranges are there, it will go to NAT. Now we have mentioned 10.0.0/16 goes to local, 10.0.1.0/24 go to NAT gateway, and this one goes to internet gateway. So now we know that CIDR match specificity. So 10.0.0/16, 16 bits, so less specific, and 1.0 24, it is more specific. This is more specific. And if the IP address is this 10.0.150, it falls under 0.16 and 1.24. So it falls under both, right? 10.0.115. These IP ranges also having this number, IP address, and this IP ranges also will have this IP address. So it is matching with both, but it will more specific one is this one. Both routes match, but /24 is more specific than 16. Okay, so let's go to the quiz section. What does an internet gateway do? Okay, we have few more questions before going to quiz. So next question is, what does the internet gateway do? Internet gateway, it provides internet access to VPC resources. Horizontally scaled, redundant, highly available. Performance one-to-one NAT for instance with public IP. Allows bidirectional internet connection. Must be attached to VPC for function. Only one internet gateway per VPC allowed. No bandwidth constraints or availability risk. Free of charge, both way. So internet gateway is both way. Like we have seen this internet gateway here. This is the internet gateway. Public subnet all the instances are connected to internet gateway and it will go to internet. So both way connection. That is the internet gateway. And it's Amazon provided, so AWS scalable. It has some cost associated with it. What are NAT gateway or instance for private subnet internet access? NAT gateway is AWS service. Internet gateway is free, but NAT gateway has some cost. Internet gateway is free. Internet gateway is free. Gateway has cost actually. So NAT gateway, AWS managed service for outbound internet access. So it's a one way. So from outside, nobody will be able to connect because it's a private. But inside, like I may want to install some packages. So I need internet connection. So I want to download. So that is outbound connection. I'm making a request to a server outside. Outbound connection. That is allowed. It blocks inbound connection from internet. Allows private subnet resources to reach internet. So I will be able to reach internet. From outside, nobody will be able to reach me. High level within AZ supports version for traffic only. Scale automatically up to 45 Gbps, charges hourly, plus data processing fees. So that is the NAT gateway. NAT gateway or NAT instance. NAT instance is to instance configured to for NAT functionality. User manage the alternative for NAT gateway. Can use security group, supports port forwarding. NAT instance is a user managed and NAT gateway is AWS managed. How does routing determine internet accessibility? So how do we know that which routing tells me about the internet accessibility? So if route table has this 0.0.0 that was 0, which is a target having internet gateway, that means it has the internet access and it's a public subnet. Instance is public IP or elastic IP. Security groups allow required traffic. Initial permit traffic flow. So this means this shows it has the internet access. Initial security group instance is public IP, and this routing entry will be there in route table 0.0.0.0/0 goes to internet. Private subnet that this 0.0.0.0/0 will go to NAT gateway. NAT device sits in public subnet. NAT device has to route to internet gateway. NAT will route to internet gateway. So routing requirement, default route must point to appropriate gateway. That is the routing requirement. Local route handles VPC internal traffic. Most specific route wins. Longest prefix matching. Missing internet route equal to no internet access. Missing internet route equal to no internet access. No internet access. Route propagation affects traffic flow. So there are the rules. Default route must point to the appropriate gateway. That will be default. If nothing is defined, that it will fall back to default. Local nodes handle VPC internal traffic. Most specific route wins. That is the longest prefix match. Longest prefix match, right? So here you can see longest prefix 24. 16. 24 means 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24. This is the longest prefix. 16 short prefix, 10.0. When we are looking at this destination IP, longest prefix 10.0.1. This is matching 10.0.1, longest prefix match. Okay. So let's go to the quiz section. What is the main function of a route table in VPC? Main function of route table, NP beta no. Determine where network traffic is directed. Yes. Determine where the network traffic is directed. Where the traffic will go. Answer is B. What is the default route in a VPC used for local communication? Default route used for local communication? Local. We use local. Answer is D. We have seen that it's a local, right? Default one, route table. It's a local one. Local. You can see default target is local. Then one subnet can be associated with how many route table at a time? How many route table? One subnet, only one route table, right? Only one. Answer is A. What is the purpose of an internet gateway in AWS VPC? Purpose is to enable an instance in public subnet to communicate with the internet. Public subnet to internet. Which route must be present in the route table for internet access via IGW? Internet access via IGW, which route will be present? This 0.0/0 should be pointing to internet gateway. Then only we can access internet. So this is the one should be there. Internet access via IGW, internet gateway. Can an internet gateway be attached to more than one VPC at a time? Internet gateway can be attached to only one VPC. Oh no. Internet gateway can be attached to only one VPC at a time. What does the NAT gateway allow the instance in a private subnet to do? Private subnet to NAT gateway will be connect to the communicate with the outbound traffic. Will communicate with internet for outbound traffic. Able to reach out to download some file, etc. Right? So outbound traffic. Answer is B. Where must the NAT gateway deployed? NAT gateway should be in the public. NAT gateway should be in the public subnet. Right? Answer is C. It should be in a public subnet, a route to IDW. It's a public subnet. Answer is C. Which routes configure allow private subnet instance to use a NAT gateway? NAT gateway, which route allows? 0.0.0/0 to NAT gateway. Right? So answer is B. This is the one it allows public private instance, private subnet instance to connect to NAT gateway. So that's it for today. Hope you like this video. Please like, share, and comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also follow DevOps Challenge Hub. I post quiz and contest daily, and also follow my WhatsApp channel. I post updates regularly, and slowly I will start on quiz a mock interview session, live mock interview session. So that updates you'll be able to see in the WhatsApp channel. Thank you for watching, and see you again in the next.